Shyam Sundar Radhe, Jaya Radha Shyam Sundar Radha Shyam Sundar Radhe, Jaya Radha Damodar Radha Damodar Radhe, Jaya Radha Damodar Radha Damodar Radhe, Jaya Jagannath Jaya Baladev, Jaya Subhadra Jaya Sudarshan, Jaya Jagannath Jaya Baladev, Jaya Subhadra Jaya Sudarshan, Jaya Gauranitai 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 Jaya Gauranitai Jaya Gauranitai 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 Jaya Gauranitai Jai Jai Prabhupada 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 Jai Jai Prabhupada Jai Jai Prabhupada 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 Jai Jai Prabhupada. Harinam Sankirtan Jayati Jai Shri Prabhupada. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. 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 Om Agyanti Viradhasya Gyanam Janashalakya Chakshurumritam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shiva Sadi Gaur Bhaktivinoda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Niti Namini. Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharini Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Desha. Hare Krishna. Is it audible? Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare. Is it okay? Yes. Yeah. So thank you so much for joining. This is a special mercy of the Lord in our life. Because Krishna, he appeared in this world only for this purpose. Because in this material world, the living entity, which is the part and parcel of Krishna, is suffering. Different kinds of sufferings are there. So, to deliver the suffering soul, Krishna appeared in this world. And how he delivered? He delivered by sharing this knowledge we are discussing about. So, yes, directly and also through his representative, he shared the transcendental knowledge which help us to understand the truth and understand the process, how we can get deliver from this entanglement of this material world, suffering of life, and how we can achieve the ultimate perfection of life. This is called transcendental knowledge, right? So Krishna, in this 9th chapter we are discussing, which is very much similar to 7th chapter. Like 7th chapter we discussed. So chapter 9 is also similar. If you see the concept, the theme, everything is very much similar. The difference, you can say it is more deeper understanding, right? So whatever we discuss as of now, the number one in this chapter, Krishna is glorifying transcendental knowledge. And we know what is transcendental knowledge, and he is glorifying. He is speaking about the different characteristics of this transcendental knowledge, different benefit. And he is saying this is the topmost knowledge, king of knowledge, Raj Vidya, Raj Guhyam, Pavitram, Idam Uttamam. And what are the other qualities? He is saying Pavitram. It is the purest knowledge, right? Purest knowledge means it is transcendental, not material knowledge. And this knowledge only will help us to get out of this material entanglement and will place us on transcendental platform. Uh, because anybody coming in contact of this knowledge or coming in contact of Krishna, either this knowledge of Krishna means if we come in contact of this knowledge, then all impurities within heart will remove. And that is what we discussed last time, how when we come in contact with devotees or when we come in when we engage ourselves in devotional practices, so that devotional practice not only free us from sinful reaction, because to get freedom from sinful reaction, there are different processes available in Vedic scripture. We can do some atonement and we can get free from reactions. But that is not sufficient, because we know that every action that creates twofold miseries or two kinds of result. So one is, of course, we are getting reaction for our sinful action, but another, that is in this process we are developing that inclination to commit that sinful activity again and again, proclivity or the desire to commit that sinful activity again and again. So the cycle goes on, the suffering goes on, because as long as the sinful activity is going on, we are bound to suffer the sinful reaction. So what is the solution to get out of this cycle? That is devotion. Because devotion, it does not only free us from sinful reaction, whatever sinful reactions knowingly and unknowingly we have done in past, it will burn, it will nullify those sinful reactions, and at the same time, it will burn the desire seed, that inclination, the proclivity, everything will be burned out. There will be no impression, and that's why this is purest knowledge. Uttamam, this is transcendental knowledge. And so this, and also Krishna in this chapter he spoke about Aishwarya, his opulences. And we know that Krishna is the source of everything. Whatever, either spiritual or material, everything, the source is Krishna. So, like material world is his energy. In 7th chapter also we discuss about. All these are different energies of Krishna, spiritual energy, material energy, and it is working under the control of Krishna. Though Krishna is the creator, maintainer, everything is happening in this material world by his will, but he is not directly involved. And that's why he said, I'm aloof. He is not directly involved. His energy is working in this material world or spiritual world. In a spiritual world, there is a spiritual energy. In material world, there is material energy that we know as Mother Durga. She is the material energy. And she is working under the direction of Krishna. Maya Adhyakshara Prakriti Suyate Sarjanachara. So all these different activities, creation, maintenance, annihilation, directly if you see, Mother Durga, Mother Nature, she is directly engaged in this activity. But she is not independent, she is working under the direction of Krishna. So the living entity who forget his relationship with Krishna, or who try to get away from Krishna, try to enjoy independently away from Krishna, they come to this material world, and this is the duty of Mother Nature or Mother Durga to keep those people bounded in this material world with the three modes of material nature. That we see in Mother Durga, she is carrying one instrument or one weapon. What is that? Trishul. What is that Trishul? And usually when we see the picture of Mother Durga, she is holding a Trishul, and that is what she is piercing that Trishul in the chest of a demon, right? The demon means what? Who does not accept God. What is the difference between a divine and demon? Divine, they accept God, they follow the instructions of God, they work as per the will of God, and that's why they are favorable. But demon doesn't mean only having some ferocious appearance, some bodily feature. It's a demonic mentality. Somebody who is not accepting God, so they're demon. Means we all in this material world somehow or other we have rejected. We have forgotten our relationship with God. We are here in this material world, and that's why. So we are suffering. So Trishul means three kinds of suffering. There are two different things. One is we can understand this way, three kinds of suffering. Adhidevik, Adhibhautik, Adhyatmik, this is what? We are suffering in this material world. Body, mind, suffering from body and mind. Or we are suffering from the suffering coming in our life from other living entities, other people. Or we are getting some natural calamities, divine arrangements. We are getting suffering. So we are suffering in this material world. And how to get out of this suffering? The only solution, we may do our best, we may look for so many other solutions, but we know that that is temporary solution in this material world. The whole world is trying to get out of sufferings. So much technological advancement, economical development, everything is done. Medical advancement, means medical science advanced, so much advanced. But are we free from suffering now? Or the problem is increasing day by day. The form is changing. We may be able to stop one particular disease, but the disease is still there, but that is in different form. So the point to understand is these are the temporary solution. We can do some patchwork, but this is not the permanent solution. And Krishna is giving us permanent solution, how to get out of this suffering, how to get out of this material world. So different solution he is giving, different level of solution. I will not say different solution, different level of solution he is giving. Why? Because different categories of people are there. So that we discuss different kind of worshippers. They are approaching different demigods or different people or different conceptions they have. So why this differences are there? Because of their desire. Different people have different desire, and accordingly they approach different demigod. So in today's session, like last session we were discussing about, after Aishwarya Gyan, Krishna spoke about the people who worship him. And especially the first he spoke about Mahatma. Mahatma means the great devotees. No? And what are the characteristics we studied about? What is the quality of a pure devotee or the great Mahatma? Satatam kirtayanto mam. So he spoke about.
What page?
9.14.
9.14, yes. Also many other things like Krishna spoke about, but anyway, we will not go in much detail. That when Krishna is speaking, so we know that Krishna has a form. And he spoke about it that avajananti mam modha. The foolish people may not know it. So they are derived. They don't have this knowledge. So finally, he is speaking about Mahatma. Mahatma anastu mam pata devim prakriti mahashita bhajanti ananya manaso gyatva bhutam adim avyayam. So, O son of Pritha, those who are not deluded, the great souls are under the protection of the divine nature. So understand it. He is saying devotees means the Mahatmas, they are under the control of divine nature. So spiritual energy and material energy. Those who are devotees, they are being controlled by the spiritual energy of the Lord. Right? And those who are not devotees, they are being controlled by the material energy of the Lord. So material energy means mode of goodness, mode of passion, mode of ignorance. And in these modes, in these three modes, as long as we are in these three modes, we are bound to commit sinful activity. We are bound to do that. Because either in mode of goodness or mode of passion or mode of ignorance, knowingly, unknowingly, the sinful action will be committed. And for that we will get sinful reaction. But anybody who is beyond the three modes of these material nature, so means they are under the control of divine nature. They are directly being controlled by God himself. Ultimately, God is the supreme controller. He is controlling everyone. But here, just to try to understand, the energy is changed. Even the same energy is also same. The same energy acting differently. Srila Prabhupada gives example to understand it. Like the electricity. Do we have any difference in electricity we are getting in the room? If you connect it to, the electricity is same we are getting from the powerhouse, right? If you connect it to some cooling device, it becomes cool. And if you connect it to some heating device, it gives heat. So the same energy acting differently. So the Lord's energy is same. In a spiritual world or for devotees, the energy is a spiritual energy, which is favorable, which is bringing devotees closer to Krishna. But material energy means anybody who is willing to go away from Krishna, then he is under the clutches of Maya, material energy. And the material energy, she will try her best to get you away from Krishna. This is a job. Because Krishna is just fulfilling our desire. If we want to come closer to Krishna, then Krishna will make arrangement so that we can come closer to Krishna. We will develop faith. We will come in association of devotees. We will hear his scriptures. But if we want to go away from Krishna, then so many ways Maya will make arrangement to go away from Krishna. So many arrangements, so many intellectual arrangements. She will not allow you to develop any kind of faith in Krishna, and so many reasons, so many logic you will develop and you will go away from Krishna. So this is all arrangement of Krishna. So what is, so I'm saying divine, they are fully engaged in devotional service because they know me as the Supreme Personality of Godhead, original and inexhaustible. Because devotees, they are fully aware of Krishna, they are fully aware of their relationship with Krishna, and they know how to execute that relationship. And this is what in chapter 9 we are reading. This is the topmost, that's why this chapter is known as most confidential knowledge. This topmost knowledge, right? The confidential knowledge is only knowing about soul, like we read in chapter 2. Confidential knowledge. Most of the people even don't know about soul. But knowing about soul is confidential knowledge. But just knowing soul is not sufficient. But when you know about super soul, about Krishna, means knowing about soul and knowing about Krishna, Krishna's energy, that is called more confidential knowledge. But even knowing about this only is not sufficient, right? You know who am I, you know who is God, but even you know your relation, that you are part and parcel of Krishna. But what is the use of such knowledge when you are not executing that relation? So execution of that relation, that is called bhakti. Bhakti is a process to execute our relationship with Krishna. It's a loving devotional service. So this knowledge we are getting in this chapter. How we can do bhakti and the supremacy of bhakti. In this last section we will discuss about it. So he's saying Mahatma means the characteristics, what they do. Satatam kirtayanto mam yatantasya dhranavrata namaskyantasya mam bhaktya nitya yukta upasate. So these qualities we have discussed. So always chanting my glories, endeavoring with great determination, bowing down before me, these great souls perpetually worship me with devotion. So this is with devotion, Krishna is saying. Whatever activity we are doing in Krishna consciousness, that is with devotion. Many people, they worship God for different reasons. Like we have discussed many times, out of fear, out of gain, out of duty. And most of the means you will see like God-fearing conceptions are there in this world. Many religious system, they teach you, this God-fearing concept. I don't know much about like Christianity and Islam. God-fearing concept is there. Little maximum is that. If you do not do this, then God will do that. But here we learn God loving. That is devotional service. We are learning how to reciprocate with Krishna. So devotees are always absorbed in Krishna consciousness by rendering devotional service, and especially chanting the holy name, or hearing about Krishna's glorious pastimes, or speaking about Krishna. These are the activities. And whatever activities, this is pure devotion. We will understand even devotion is at different level. Krishna will speak about it. So when it comes to pure devotion, the only desire of the devotee, they have only desire is to please Krishna. In all situation, in all circumstances. They are ready to accept any situation, any circumstances to serve Krishna. They are not at all bothered about their own concern, their own. This is pure devotion I'm talking about, very advanced stage. When devotee is only concerned, either they are in heaven or they are in hell. The only business they have is remembering Krishna, serving Krishna, pleasing Krishna. That is the only business. So all pure devotees, if you see their life, they are never criticizing, complaining about their personal situation. They are always happy in all situations. So many problems they are facing, but they are never complaining about it. They are accepting everything as mercy of Krishna. Srimad Bhagavatam, the whole, you see any of the devotee, you talk about Prahlad Maharaj, you talk about Parikshit Maharaj, in all situations they are happy. Because they have great faith in Krishna, that Krishna is the supreme protector. He's the best well-wisher. Whatever he is doing, he is doing best for me. Externally, the situation may be different. Externally, we may not even, for us, at this stage, it's very difficult to understand. Externally, we may see so many problems devotees are facing. Parikshit Maharaj was cursed to die within 7 days. What kind of mercy it is, right? But he accepted it as mercy of Krishna. And he was having that power. He could have nullified it, the curse. No? He could have saved himself. But he never reacted on that. He accepted it as Krishna's mercy, that Krishna must have a greater plan behind this. If Krishna wants me to protect, and like he protected Krishna, when Parikshit Maharaj, he was within womb, and we know the story, Ashwathama, he just tried to kill Parikshit Maharaj within the womb of Uttara by Brahmastra. Then that time, Lord Krishna saved him in the form of Vishnu. He entered within the womb of Uttara and he protected Parikshit Maharaj. So he had complete faith in Krishna, that Krishna, when he protected me that time, so definitely, even there is a curse or whatever, like within 7 days he was supposed to die by the biting of a snake. So he very easily accepted that. If Krishna wants me to kill, nobody can protect. But if Krishna wants me to protect, nobody can kill. This is called faith. This is called complete faith. And this is what Krishna, even in this chapter, he is recommending. He is telling about that. A person who can devote to Krishna, who has faith in Krishna. And that's why we are getting this knowledge. We may not be at this stage, but our purpose of hearing, coming in association with devotees, so that we can develop such kind of faith in Krishna. That we can take full shelter of Krishna. So, now he is going to speak about another kind of devotees or jnanis. There are 3 kinds of jnanis. Jnanis means who take shelter of Krishna. And also he will speak about the devotees or the people who take shelter of demigods. Like in chapter 7 we have discussed already all these things. We will go more deeper into it. So now he is saying, Jnani yajnena chapyanye yajanto mamupasate ekatvena prithaktvena bahuda vishmato mukham. Others who engage in sacrifice by the cultivation of knowledge worship the Supreme Lord as the one without a second, as diverse in many and in the universal form. So these are the 3 categories, especially who are on this in the process of Jnana Yoga. Even in that there are different categories. So one category he is speaking about, worship the Supreme Lord as the one without a second. Means this is called ekatvena. Ekatvena means the person who thinks that there is no difference between me and God. I am God. But we will understand this ekatvena, this is different from Mayavadi. This is a little bit, it's a very subtle difference between that. They are devotee. Krishna is speaking about devotees. So ekatvena means a person who worship himself with this understanding that I am God. I am God, you are God. This is ekatvena, means there is no difference between God and me. Oneness, monist. They worship like this. So this is monist. So there is a difference between monist and Mayavadi. What is the difference? What is the concept of Mayavadi? Mayavadi, we have discussed many times, and Prabhupada especially speak about it again and again.
Brahma
I
Jyoti,
am only
they
God.
believe in Brahma Jyoti. We all.
No, I am only
The
God.
Brahma Jyoti monists also they believe in. I mean, they want merging into Brahma Jyoti. That is their goal of life. But what is the difference between Mayavadi? What Mayavadi
Mayavadi
means?
thinks himself God and they want.
Huh?
After
They are
merging,
full of
they will become
attachment.
God.
Basically,
The difference is because they also think, so hum, I am the same. Means they also have this concept that I am God. Huh? I'm just covered in this material world as of now. Once this body is finished, I will again merge into the Supreme Brahman. That is their concept, right? And they say that this Jagat Mithya, Brahma Satyam, Jagat Mithya. This is the concept of Mayavad. The major difference is this: what they believe that Krishna has no form, or the Supreme Personality. First of all, they don't believe in the form of Krishna. That is the major differentiation between. They don't believe in the form of Krishna. But this monist, they have faith that Krishna, Supreme Personality of God, He is Supreme Personality of God. He has a form. But they are attached to this kind of worship. They have faith, but they are attached to this kind of worship, this particular belief system. Like Shukdev Goswami, he was monist earlier. Before hearing Srimad Bhagavatam, he was a monist. Similar concept, right?
I haven't followed.
Huh?
But you haven't followed the difference.
Let me tell you the difference. Like one, the monists, they believe in the form of Krishna, but they are attached with a particular process, the particular thought process, like oneness. I and God same, no difference.
So then, how is he the supreme personality? If I am the same as the.
No, means God is there. They believe in the existence of God, in the form of God, basically the form. And they know that there is a Supreme Personality. But I am also, because I am part and parcel of God, so see, this is the difference we have to understand, very subtle difference. The monist, they believe that I am also the same, and once my physical existence is finished, then I'll merge into the Supreme. My existence will not be there. No more, my personal existence is not there. That is the conception they also have. Mayavadi also have this kind of conception. The difference is, they do not believe in the Supreme Lord, form especially. But they believe that when Lord come to this material world, He is captured or illusion, or He is also under the control of the three modes of material nature. That is the difference. They say that Jagat Mithya, this world is false. How many of you believe in it? We will understand very subtle differences there. What is Mayavadi concept? Jagat Mithya. I'll give you one example to understand. Like in a dark room, this is the concept, this is the analogy they give to understand this. No? In a dark room, if you just take you by mistake, you take a rope, or you understand the analogy, that is that you consider a rope to be a snake in darkness, but when light is there, you can very easily see that is not a snake, that is rope. So similarly, in this material world, we are illusion. We think this material world exists, but actually, in reality, there is no existence of material world. This is all illusion. How many of you believe in it? Huh? This is all illusion. Body does not exist. This is illusion. You are illusion, I am illusion. This body is illusion. Maya. It does not exist. Do you believe in it? They say it does not exist. Actually, there is. But Vaishnava philosophy, or the concept we are getting from Bhagavad Gita, that if we mistake a rope to a snake, it means rope is also there. Where from the concept of a snake is there? If snake does not exist, where from the concept of a snake is coming? Means a snake is also existing, rope is also existing. Out of ignorance, we consider rope to be a snake. So this is complete understanding. We don't say that material world does not exist. Krishna is saying it exists. What is the difference? One, you say it does not exist, and one, you say it is temporary. Which one is more better? Temporary. So Krishna is saying it is temporary. Kulakshaye Pradashanti. He's speaking about that time to time. Sometimes it is manifesting, sometimes it is unmanifesting. So manifested state, unmanifested state. So this is temporary, but this is also a reality. Material world exists. If your body does not exist, then why you feed your body? Why do you take food? So without taking food, you can survive. So this is the complete understanding. So the Mayavad concept is that when Krishna comes to this material world, he is illusion, he is captured. But we Vaishnavism do not believe in it. Krishna is always Krishna, God is always God. And the material energy, nature is working under the direction of God. So monists, they have faith in God. That is the only difference, right? And the second category, he is saying, Prithak Tvena. Prithak Tvena means worshipping like demigod worshipper. Prithak Tvena. They have faith in different forms, and they believe in it that he is the supreme. So different people, different demigod worshippers like we see. So Prithak Tvena. So they also have faith in that particular demigod and they worship. And one is Vishwato Mukham. Vishwato Mukha means they believe in, here it is mentioned, Prabhupada is given. So first is he who worships himself as one with the Supreme Lord. So that is called Ekatvena. He who concocts some form of the Supreme Lord and worship that, means demigod worship, that is called Prithaktvena. And he who accepts the universal form, the Vishwarupa of the Supreme Personality of Godhead and worship that, that is called Vishwato Mukham. Means they see Krishna in this material world. The different things, they compare it. Okay, like you will see the Vishwarupa, wherein everything is there. River, mountains, fire, all the material elements are there. Have you seen Vishwarupa? Like Krishna showed his universal form to Arjuna. So that is material form of Krishna. Krishna is never material, but because the people, a category of people or people in this material world, they cannot perceive Krishna's spiritual transcendental form. So they can perceive this. They see Krishna in different material elements. So all these three categories means they don't have complete understanding about Krishna. They don't know about Krishna. But indirectly, somehow or other, they are engaged in some kind of service. So they are a kind of devotee only. So this is what Krishna is explaining about. Like one we know, non-devotees. In chapter 7 we studied about. Even 4 kinds of people who take shelter of Krishna and 4 kinds of people who do not come to Krishna. So we remember about that. So even those, Krishna said, they are magnanimous people, Udara. Who are those people? Arth, Artharthi, Jigyasu, Jnani. These are the 4 categories of people. They come to Krishna. They take shelter of Krishna. Arth means distressed for any problem, means any problem they are facing and they come to Krishna for help. They are also good people. And Jigyasu is inquisitive, willing to know about how everything is going on, why suffering is there, how to come out of this suffering. Jigyasu. And Artharthi. Artharthi means desirer of wealth, coming for some benefit, some facility maybe. No, that is Artharthi. And Jnani, one who knows about his relation with Krishna and he is willing to advance in Krishna consciousness. So all these are magnanimous people, Krishna said. But one who knows about Krishna, like Jnani, they are very dear to Krishna because they know and they are practicing. They know the reality. They know this material world is a place of suffering. They know that Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. By taking shelter of Krishna, one can be free from the suffering of this material world. So he spoke about that. Aham kraturaham yajya swadhaham aham aushadham mantroham eva jya aham agnir aham hutam. So this is again Vishwato Mukham. This is now further explanation of those people worshipping the universal form of Krishna, how they see Krishna, how they worship Krishna. So, but it is I who am the ritual. So they see Krishna in rituals, whatever different rituals, sacrifices. I am I the sacrifice. the offering to the ancestors, the healing herb, the transcendental chant. I am the butter and the fire and the offering. So all these are different elements we use in sacrifice, yagya, whatever different elements, material elements. So they see Krishna in these things. They have, no? So like this. So Pitaham asya jagato mata dhata pitamaha vedyam pavitram omkara riksam yajureva. So I am the father of the universe, the mother, the support, and the grandsire. So these are the different relationships we see in this material world, right? Father, mother, uh, grandsire. So I am the object of knowledge, the purifier, and the syllable Om. I am also the Rig, the Sam, and Yajurveda. So ultimately Krishna, the entire cosmic manifestation, moving and non-moving, are manifested by different activities of Krishna's energy. So in the material existence, we create different relationship with the different living entities who are nothing but Krishna's marginal energy. So under the creation, Prakriti, some of them appear as our father, mother, grandfather, creator, etc. But actually they are part and parcel of Krishna. So with this understanding, because everybody is part and parcel of Krishna, so indirectly they are worshipping Krishna. Everything is energy of Krishna. Either human being, living, non-living, everything is energy of Krishna. So indirectly they are worshipping Krishna. Gati bharta prabhu sakshi nivasa sharanam suhita prabhava pralaya sthanam nidanam vijam abhyayam. So refuse, I am the goal, the sustainer, the master, the witness, the abode, refuse, and the most dear friend. I am the creation and the annihilation, the basis of everything, the resting place and the eternal seed. So many, this one shloka having so many words to discuss. The first word is mentioned, Gati Bharta. So Prabhupada is explaining what is Gati. Gati means destination. So like different people, different whomsoever we approach or whomsoever we worship, we have destination accordingly. We have discussed it many a times, right? It's not that whatever we are doing, whomsoever we are worshipping, and we will reach to one destination. That is wrong concept. Final destination is one. But if we are approaching somebody, worshipping somebody, then we will go to that particular place. If we are worshipping demigods, then of course we go to higher planet, or we go to their planet and enjoy there, whatever facilities are there. So Gati means the destination where we want to go, but the ultimate goal is Krishna. Although people do not know it, one who does not know Krishna is misled, and his so-called progressive march is either partial or hallucinatory. So, yes, Prabhupada has explained this further, that demigod worship and the difference, like different destinations are there. So we should be very much clear about it. As of now, any question do you have? Is it okay? Whatever we discuss as of now? Yes? The concept? Yes, any question as of now, whatever we have discussed? So we have discussed about three kinds of worshippers.
Prabhuji, when we say that in the end, we remember Krishna and then we go to his abode. But it is also said that we need to see Krishna in everybody, those who are around us,
Yes.
in a relationship. So, if we have to our near and dear ones, so like if we need to see, if we see Krishna in them,
Hmm.
later on we become detached and sort of to go to the abode. I mean, then we need to see Krishna in them to get detached.
Not getting. I mean, when you
Actually,
see.
Krishna is there in everybody. That's what I mean. We need to see, even in our near and dear ones. So when towards the end or when we are getting detached, so at that moment, what are we supposed to feel? Not to see Krishna in them and feel.
No, it's not like.
Yeah.
Remembering Krishna or at the time of death.
Or in general.
mean,
Yeah. In general. Yeah.
That's what I mean. See, developing a right understanding. When we say that Krishna is in everything, it does not mean that Krishna has lost his existence. Like Krishna is all pervading. Krishna is everywhere. Krishna is in everything. But it does not mean that Krishna does not have his own existence. This should be very much clear. This is again a Mayavadi concept. That they say that because Krishna expanded in so many things, so he lost his own existence. And Moglina Prabhu in temple, he was explaining it with beautiful, simple example. You know, he said like a father, if he is producing so many children, so after so many children, what happens? Like the father does not have his own existence. He is lost. What do you think? That never happens, right? So anyway, this one point I'm making you understand that seeing Krishna in everything, in everyone, that is advanced stage we have to see. Like here what we are discussing, that somebody is seeing Krishna in everything. They believe that Krishna is in everything, in every place. But they do not have faith in Krishna, no complete faith in Krishna. That is another concept. But devotees, they have complete understanding. They believe in it that Krishna is there, and whatever we are seeing around, that is Krishna's different energy in different forms. No? Krishna's energy is there, and that is in different forms we see. The living entity or the matter, that is all Krishna's energy. This is complete understanding. So if what your question is, if I see somebody else, some matter or maybe some living entity,
So my near and dear ones.
my near and dear,
And
whoever is
I
there.
mean, if I keep getting attached to Krishna,
Hmm.
the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and I have to reduce my attachment to the near and dear.
You don't have to deliberately do anything. See, the attachment to Krishna, just you is thinking about Krishna, you are chanting the name of the Krishna, you are engaged in his loving devotional service to Krishna. You understand whoever is in my life, they are part and parcel of Krishna. The wrong conception is you see that they are God. The right understanding is they are part and parcel of God. No? So this is what remembering. And Prabhupada used to give a very simple example. When you are always absorbed in Krishna consciousness, when you know that Krishna is the supreme proprietor of everything, so whenever you see anything, a devotee, they see differently. They just whatever they see, they relate it to Krishna. They know that this is Krishna's. So this way we can remember Krishna. Your question, now I'm getting that. For example, this laptop is there. So, let's take Prabhupada example only. Means one of the devotee asked the same thing in a different way. So Prabhupada said that if you see this goggle, his goggle was there. So he said, when you see this goggle, whom do you remember? It was Prabhupada's goggle. So he said, when you see that goggle, whom do you remember? So he said immediately, Prabhupada, you, because it belongs to you. So Prabhupada says, yes, because everything belongs to Krishna. So whatever we see, we should just remember that Krishna's. When we see sun, moon, all these material world, anything, whatever we see, we remember Krishna.
So, but towards the end, if our near and dear ones are around, so they have Krishna in them. So if we have too much attachment in them, then we will not go to the abode. Because Krishna is there in everyone. We can't say that now you get clear off. I mean, you stay behind.
No, it's not. See, your near and dear ones, everybody is there. Remembering Krishna. Either you see in relationship with anything, but you are remembering Krishna. That's what I'm giving the example. It's not that somebody is there in front of you and you are seeing him, then you will lost the, you will not be able to remember Krishna. Like we are seeing Bhishma. He is about to die, right? And all the relatives around, everybody is there. Of course, Krishna is there, but he is glorifying Krishna, he is remembering Krishna, everybody is there. So don't worry about that part. That means when you are in advanced stage, then anything and everything you see will remember Krishna. And even if you do not remember Krishna, then also not to worry about it. Why? Because sincerely you have tried your best, then Krishna will remember you. So last section we will discuss about Krishna is all merciful. He is always protecting his devotees in all situations. And he is promising Name Bhaktya Apnakshati.
Out of
Yes.
Shankaracharya Advaita, Madhvacharya Vishishta Advaita, Shakti और सांख्य दर्शन और जागरण मायावादी टर्म सिर्फ इस्कॉन में आती मायावादी
Actually,
कौन से
मायावाद-
दर्शन को रिप्रेजेंट करते
No, Mayavadi is like especially the philosophy Shankaracharya is giving.
वो तो
That
अद्वैत
is
है,
called
non-dual।
Mayavadi.
तो वो तो
That is-
उन्होंने उसमें लेकिन वो चतुर्भुजन को नकारते नहीं है साकार और
Understand the point.
निराकार
Like
को
any of
दोनों को मानते हैं।
the Mayavad concept, if you go, the conception is even any practitioners, if you see, they will have different murtis, Vishnu Murti, Lord Shiva, Ganesha, this kind of murtis they will have. Their understanding is, their conception is, because we cannot focus on Nirakar, we cannot meditate, we cannot do any kind of worship of Nirakar, right? So for the time being, just to take help, actually they do not exist. Actually there is no form, but because we are in this material world, so we need to take help of some form. So they use that form as a medium for their meditation, for their practices. But they do not believe in it. Even many
लेकिन
institutions you will
आदि
go,
शंकराचार्य
they have Lord Shiva. Lord Shiva is there. They worship Lord Shiva, but they will not have faith that Lord Shiva is a personality. They will say just energy. Have you heard this? Even Lord Shiva is there. The Murti is there, deity is there. But they do not have faith in personality. It is just energy. So that is what Mayavad. If you talk about
आदि
the...
शंकराचार्य अद्वैत जैसे उनका भाष्य ऑन द विष्णु शास्त्राम जिसमें वो पूरा का पूरा उनका चरित्र वो करते हैं चतुर्भुज
now
कमल
this is
नयनम,
important point to
शुक्लांबरम,
understand.
सारा वो तो पूरा वर्णन है उनके
This is
उसका।
point to understand. This is important point. Adi Shankaracharya, remember who is he? He is the incarnation of Lord Shiva. Yes? And why he appeared and why he spreaded this message. If you see, you're very right. Adi Shankaracharya, he is a devotee. He is so much glorification he is doing of Krishna. Bhaja Govindam, who has written this? This is
आदि
Shankaracharya.
शंकराचार्य
Adi Shankaracharya has given this. The problem is with not Adi Shankaracharya. The problem is with followers. Because the incarnation or the appearance of Adi Shankaracharya there was a specific reason behind that. It was
कंट्रोवर्सीज आती है जैसे ये अब ये आदि शंकर दो उनका सारा शेवाइट है फॉलोअर्स पर वो अपने आप में माने विष्णु डेवटी हैं सिमिलरली अगर हम
So-
सनातन से जाते हैं तो हम लोग ये जैसे एग्जिस्टेंस हम डेमी गॉड बताते शिवा पर रामेश्वरम राम की ईश्वर शिव सो
This name has two meanings. Like Lord Shiva, if Mother Parvati is asking, whom do you worship? What is the you can say, the greatest worship? Lord Shiva, what he is answering to Mother Parvati, Aradhananam Sarvesam Vishnu Aradhanam Bharam. So this is very, means devotee, they want to worship the Lord, and the Lord, he is merciful, he worships his devotees. So here Rameshwaram, when we say,
they never bifurcate. अब जैसे योग माया या माया वो दुर्गा रूप दुर्गा शक्ति रूप और शक्ति शवेट और फिर वो विष्णु सिस्टर तो they somehow always merge it.
let me make it more clear, because understand the purpose. That's what I said. Adi Shankaracharya, the philosophy he has given, it is with a purpose. No? Because when there was, in the name of Vedic rituals, there was killing happening, no misutilization of this Vedic knowledge. People were slaughtering animals. So Mahatma Buddha appeared, and what he did, he is Krishna himself. Mahatma Buddha is the incarnation of Lord Krishna, but he rejected Vedas. Why? Krishna, who he himself spoke about Vedas, he is rejecting Veda. So Mahatma Buddha rejected. Don't accept. Why? Because he wanted to just stop this practice of killing. stop this practice of killing. For that purpose, he said, because in the name of Vedas, people are doing this sinful activity, so I have to reject Vedas first. And Shankaracharya, after this, Shankaracharya appeared to re-establish the Vedas. Right? So, he is, you are truly said, he is a great devotee. Bhaja Govindam, Bhaja Govindam, Bhaja Govindam, Mudamate. He is saying to his followers, worship Govinda. But what I'm saying, the followers, because they could not understand the teachings properly, and they took it in a different way. This statement is very clearly saying that Adi Shankaracharya, he is saying that Bhaja Govindam, Mudamate. But they took a different meaning. What is that? The foolish people, they worship Govindam. Mudamate means who is foolish. They worship Govindam. But he is glorifying Krishna. He is worshipping Krishna. He is Lord Shiva. He is incarnation of Lord Shiva. And why Lord Shiva appeared? He appeared to fulfill the desire of Krishna for a specific purposes always. Like Brahma Samhita, Lord Brahma is mentioning this. Who is Lord Shiva? Lord Shiva is nothing but he is Vishnu himself. There's a difference, and that difference Lord Brahma is comparing. The only difference is a milk, and like this example he is giving, you can say like Vishnu is milk, and Lord Shiva is curd. So curd is made up of milk only. So Lord Shiva and Vishnu, there is no difference if you talk about the power.
So why do people say that Vishnu is higher than Krishna?
That's what I'm understanding the point here. Because why curd example is given? Because curd cannot become milk again. No? And Lord Shiva appears with a specific purpose. He is Ashutosh. He is for a specific purpose, to fulfill a specific desire. Like a Samudra Manthan. No? Lord Krishna doesn't ask Lord Shiva to go there, because nobody else can do such kind of job. So Lord Shiva is Ashutosh. He is very merciful. He is the protector. So all these kind of responsibility Lord Shiva is taking. Right? So Lord Shiva Tattva is totally different. He is not Jiva Tattva. Even last classes we were discussing about. So again differences are there. He is not equal and he is not different. This is what we need to understand.
So Prabhuji, people say Brahma, Vishnu, Mahesh.
Yes.
And then Brahma is like the creator, Vishnu, and then Mahesh. I often get into this conversation and I asked you this question also. That
Okay.
we
Vishnu
say,
created both.
yeah,
So
so if
understand.
we say that Krishna is, Vishnu
Now
is
we
the
are
form
getting
of
into-
Krishna. So then, I am unable to actually explain everything.
Very simple, I'll tell you. Understand this. See, first of all, there is a difference, because any organization we go, we see different people and different levels are there. When we are attached with something, because we are attached with something or someone, then it's very natural that we do not want to see the person below anyone. We want that, no, because this is the Shraddha Krishna is giving. We believe that he is the topmost. And similarly, somebody can say that, okay, because ISKCON, we are believer of Krishna, and that's why we say that Krishna is topmost. It's not just the believing, but if you go in scriptures in detail, because most of the time people do not go in scripture, so then we clearly see the creator of this universe, Lord Brahma, very clearly he is stating in Brahma Samhita that Govindam Adi Purusham. He is the Adi Purush, he is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And it's not that only Lord Brahma is accepting. Lord Krishna himself, many a places is quoting in Bhagavad Gita. Vyasadeva himself, in many a places, he is the compiler of all the 4 Vedas, Ramayana, Mahabharata, all the Puranas, Upanishad. The compiler himself, again and again he is quoting Krishnastu Bhagavan Swayam. He is quoting. These are we should accept the authority. It's not our.
जी ने ये भी तो लिखा है, राम राम रामेति रमे रामे
That is there.
रमे सहस्त्र नाम तत्तुल्यम राम नाम वरानने.
हाँ, again coming
वो
to.
राम नाम वरानने विष्णु के 1008 नाम के बराबर अगर राम
I'm now coming next level. That's what I'm saying. We have different level of knowledge, right? Very simple example to understand. Like I give this example, when I am in a particular state, and I know the chief minister. For me, who is the chief minister? He is the topmost, right? He is the topmost. At state level, who is the topmost? At district level, who is the topmost person? At district level, district magistrate. So if somebody is in district, he will say that he is the topmost person. But if you see a state level, then you will understand, no, the chief minister is the topmost. And when you see at country level, who is the topmost? Prime Minister. So ultimately, in every scripture when you go through, yes, they are top in their area. But ultimately, if you see, like the example you gave, that 1000 Vishnu name is equal to, that is one name? One name of Lord Ram is equal to 1000 Vishnu names. And now what is the next level of knowledge? 3 names of Lord Ram is equal to Krishna.
So that is what I'm saying. They merge.
Anyway, so let's not get into this superiority.
It is not about
The point what we are
superiority,
trying to
merge.
understand this part. This is why this is important. It is not to, this comparison is to have the real understanding about it and how to serve everyone. It's not that to diminish the level. Actually, this is the structure. In any of the organization, in any of the family, we have some structure, some hierarchy, some position. So Krishna, in all Vedic scripture, no, he is the Adi Purush. He is the source of everything. It is mentioned. And all the demigods, they have their different responsibilities. They have power, facilities. Yes, but the ultimate power is there with Krishna. So all different incarnations, we have discussed this many times, like the Supreme Personality of Godhead, He incarnate in different forms. There are different categories for different purpose, no specific purpose. Especially Purusha avatar. When we say Mahavishnu, Karanodakshay Vishnu, Kshirodakshay Vishnu, no, we know this particular incarnation is for a specific purpose, and that is creation of this universe. Right? Similarly, we have Guna avatar, like you said, Brahma, Vishnu, Mahesh. Who is this? No, they are again the Guna avatar, Krishna himself accepting the mode of goodness and appearing as Lord Brahma. Himself, he is in the mode of, he accepting the mode of, in the mode of passion is Lord Brahma, mode of goodness is Lord Vishnu. So Vishnu is again further expansion of Krishna only. And not only one Vishnu is there. We should be very much clear. Innumerable Vishnus are there in Vaikuntha planet. So different Vishnus, they have different responsibilities also. Mahesh, Krishna himself. He is appearing for annihilation, accepting the mode of ignorance. Again, this point we must understand. When we say mode of ignorance, it does not mean that Lord Shiva is in mode of ignorance. He is Vaishnavanam Yatha Shambhu. He is the purest, the topmost devotee of the Lord. So he can never be contaminated with any kind of material modes. He is free from that. Right? But he is taking charge, like Lord Vishnu is Krishna himself. So he is taking charge in this material world. Though he is Krishna himself, but there is a difference between Krishna and Vishnu. So you can say Krishna is like Vishnu at his home. So Krishna is original form. He is in his Golok Vrindavan. Golok Vrindavan is his home. So he is just like very like at home. How do you live? Do you live in? Do you wear your official suit dress? How do you live at your home? Very casual, right? Very happily, or just very informally. You're doing everything. So Krishna in Vrindavan is at home. Krishna, when he comes or from different responsibilities, when as Vishnu he is in office, so he is doing different activities. So Vishnu's responsibility is to maintain, because maintenance is very difficult job. Creation is easy, annihilation is easy, but maintenance is very difficult job. So Krishna has personally taken this charge. Similarly, other category of incarnation like Yuga Avatar, Manvantar Avatar, Leela Avatar, all these are different categories, expansion of Krishna, different energies. And the only purpose is to help us, to bring us back to home. That is the only purpose. Now we are developing a right understanding and right approach. When we discuss these differences, it does not mean that we are saying now Krishna is superior, so we have to disrespect everyone. This is not the philosophy. We are learning the right way, and that is Krishna is going to teach about it. Right way of, in this chapter only, when, we were supposed to discuss it today, but Krishna is speaking about it. That the people worshipping demigods, but they do not know the right way. And they are doing it avidhi purvakam. Avidhi purvakam means not knowing the right way, that is not the right process. So, what is the right process? What is the right approach? That we are learning. Not to disrespect. Because Vaishnavism means even we respect an ant. What to talk about demigods? They are very advanced, highly elevated personalities. We learn to respect everyone. But being like sentiments, and having sentiments, that is good. But being sentimental, that is wrong. We should have clear understanding. And I give one example, like if, for example, if you have one garland with you, right? And the Prime Minister is there and other Chief Ministers are sitting over there, but you have only one garland. Whom will you offer it? Why? Emotionally you can offer it to your Chief Minister. Yes, he is my Chief Minister, let me offer it to him. Then what will happen? You are disrespecting others, right? But if you offer it to Prime Minister, everybody will be satisfied. Nobody will question. That's fine. So Krishna is teaching the same thing. Narad Muni, he is speaking about the same thing. Like if you water the root, everything is done. Individually, independently, how many demigods you can serve? Because as per Vedic ritual, Vedic rules and regulations, we are rini, we are indebted to all demigods, all the rishis, all the animals, right? We are indebted. We are getting resources from demigods, and so many demigods involved in facilitating us. And if we do not repay, then we are bound to come to this material world. So how many demigods we can approach and repay? What is the solution then? Can we go individually and repay them, or do? No, we cannot. And that's why Krishna is saying wrong way. The example is given like government example. If you take, we are taking so many facilities from government, and government in the form of different departments giving so many facilities. So we pay tax to whom? To the government, or we go individually to the department and pay tax? What is the right approach? Going individual departments and paying taxes, or directly just giving it to the government? Which one is the right approach? Our responsibility is to pay tax to the government, and that is government responsibility to distribute it to the different departments.
Whatever the government policy, that is according
Sorry?
to that. Whatever the government policy, you have to pay your taxes according to that only.
Yes, whatever. I mean, this example is to understand that our job is to give it to the government, and the government responsibility is to give it to other different departments. And that is what here Krishna is teaching in Bhagavad Gita. The right approach is, one is never disrespect, because that way we cannot advance in Krishna consciousness. The teaching. So the right approach is, if we just do our duty or do devotion to Krishna, then automatically all other demigods, everyone is going to be happy. That is very clear. So, what is the time? Somebody can tell me, please.
12:15.
I have a question.
Please.
Miss Mehndi, this is also not working.
Okay. Yes, please.
Sometimes, like we said, worship Krishna and serve. We We serve the root and the whole tree is serviced by that.
Yes.
When you talk to astrologer, for example, sometimes they will say go to Lord Shiva on Monday and worship him there. Someone will say go on Saturday to a temple and offer oil to
Yes.
Hanumanji and others like that. So how do you reconcile these two? Should we not be doing that in material
No,
world?
that's what. Now it is different level of sadhya. For example, that's what I said. What is your desire? What exactly you are looking for? Based on that, you will decide whom to go, where to go, how to go, what to ask. Right? So that's what we are learning, and we are not at the same level. We may have different desire, but with this knowledge, we are trying to understand what should be the right desire, what is the best for us, because we know any material desire that is a cause of bounding, means that will keep us in this material world. Ultimate goal is to be free from this material world. Now coming to the second point, that maybe like if I am diseased, so definitely I will go to the doctor, right? I'll not say that no. Again, that is very advanced stage I'm talking about. So one is we are approaching, we are going, but we are very much clear with the ultimate goal of our life. We are taking help from other things, but we know the ultimate goal of this life. Like you said, astrology.
Yeah.
Astrology is what? This is again recommended by Krishna only. This is Veda. Krishna is recommending Vedic knowledge. I mean, this astrology. So astrology is some calculation. You can know why problem is happening in your life, how you can be free from that. So this is again a science which is given by Krishna only. But again I said, like Vedas means that is one stop shop for everyone. Means different category of people and different solution is there. So this is again, as I said, this is temporary solution. This is temporary solution. Maybe you get your problem solved. You got to know about the future. What is you, by doing all such things, you increased your lifespan. But what is the ultimate goal of life? You're not achieving with that. So here, whatever approach we are taking, either for health, for wealth, facilities, intelligence, whatever we are doing, we always have to remember that our ultimate goal of life is to get free from this material entanglement, go home, back to Godhead. And what is the solution for that? Means permanent solution we are talking about. And that is what Krishna is recommending. After giving all this knowledge, he is recommending that if you become devotee, then you get free from this material world. Right? So another way, now if you are advanced in devotion, another solution what he is giving, like it is mentioned in Srimad Bhagavatam, akama sarva kamo va moksha kama udaradhi. So these are the different desires people have. Kama means different desires. So akama, sarva kamo va. Either you don't have any desire, or you have many desires. No desire, or you have many desires, or you have desire for moksha kama. You have desire to get liberated from this material world. Yes. So what is the recommendation? Akama sarva kamo va moksha kama udaradhi. What is that next line? This is yajeta purusham param. Means it is recommended that whatever, either you have desire, you don't have desire, you have desire to get liberated, then also what you should do? You should worship Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Yajeta.
मेरी एक प्रॉब्लम है प्रभु जी, मेरे को श्रीमन नारायण और ये इसके बाद डिस्टिंक्शन खत्म हो जाती है, मुझे उन्हीं के रूप नजर आते हैं सारे.
हाँ.
मेरे को भले श्री राम हो या कृष्ण हो या नरसिंह हो, मेरी डिस्टिंक्शन खत्म हो जाती है. आई जस्ट फाइंड श्रीमन नारायण.
That is that because you have
This
been
is the right
worshipping.
approach.
No, that's what I'm saying. Everybody is seeing Lord in different forms. In different forms. Like you are a devotee of Lord Ram, maybe. I mean, giving example. No, I'm just giving example. I'm a devotee of Lord Ram. I'm attached to like Hanumanji. Even this proposal was there to Hanumanji also. No, this proposal means because he is the devotee of Lord Ram, and Ram and Krishna, there is no difference.
No difference.
But
I don't
he
find
is
any difference.
attached with this particular form, this no form of Lord Krishna, so he is worshipping Lord Ram, and that is very much perfect. There is no wrong in that, right? So what we are trying to understand the principle. Of course, Krishna is the original form. We have to have this faith. We are knowing from scripture. It's not just a matter of faith, but we are knowing with the scripture. And all these understanding we are developing. Now if you are attached to a specific form or you're worshipping, go on with that. This principle must be clear. Why we are worshipping? It's not for material desire. Even if we approach to any of the demigod, now before hearing this Bhagavad Gita, we may have different conception. Going there or having different, whatever we are asking for. But now we are developing a right approach. When we go there, what should be the understanding? That they are engaged in service of Krishna, and they are very dedicated. No, they are, and we should pray from them that, give me mercy, give me strength, give me intelligence, so that I can also engage myself in service of Lord Ram, Lord Krishna, like that. That is, and whatever best you think, like I gave this example many times. When you don't ask for, because they know everything, they know what is required to you. Just you do your duty, and always have a desire for something higher instead of asking for something small. Intelligent people, they ask for something permanent, something eternal, right? And don't worry about your desires. Whatever needs are there, that will be fulfilled, that will be taken care. Clear? So don't be much worried about if you are worshipping Lord Ram. Do it. Yes. Even Murari Gupta in Chaitamit, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he tried, he tested him. He said, you should chant the name of Krishna, you should remember Krishna. And he said, okay, because he was the great devotee of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and very senior. He said, okay, I will do that. And next day he was just crying. What happened? I could not remember Krishna. Only Ram is there in my mind. I can worship no one.
That is the difference. मुझे difference ही नहीं नजर आता. जब बाल रूप देखते हैं तो मेरे सामने सिर्फ बाल गोपाल है.
Anyway, the point is,
difference ही नहीं नजर आता. I find them same, exactly same.
So now we got the difference about the different incarnations of Krishna, and all they have different planets. Like Lord Ram, he is having Ayodhya. So when we are worshipping Lord Ram, we go to Ayodhya. Like Hanumanji is in Ayodhya, serving over there, right? So different personalities, they have different their abode.
So Prabhuji, when people who follow Ram or people who follow Krishna, again, last class also we discussed. So when people who follow Ram, they go to Ayodhya, and people who follow
all these are spiritual planet.
Yeah. So, but if Ram and Krishna are same, and I know I belong to a family, I mean, my birth was in a Ram Sharanam family. But मेरे घर में कभी भी never ever किसी ने कृष्ण का discussion नहीं करा. It was only Ram.
Yeah, that's fine. I mean, what I'm
So
saying.
if they are same, why then don't leave?
Same means, that's what I'm saying. This is called achintya bheda bhed. This concept also we have to understand. Simultaneously one and different. We say that Lord Ram is expansion of Krishna only. But again we were doing a comparison that if you chant the name of Lord Ram, that is equal to 1000 Vishnu name. But if you chant the name of Krishna, that is like 3 Lords Ram name is equal to 1 Krishna name. There is difference also. The same thing. Though everything is expansion of Krishna, we are also expansion of Krishna. But we are not Krishna. There is a difference, right? So this understanding we have to have. Krishna is Krishna. Further, all other expansion, if you go in detail, we said all expansions, they are with some specific purpose, with some specific power. That's why I gave you a comparison of quality also. If you talk in terms of quality, number of qualities, Krishna is having 64 qualities, Kala, 64 qualities in full quantity. But if you talk about Narayan, he is having 60 quality. If you talk about Shiva, he is having 55 qualities in full. If you talk about demigods, other demigods, they are having 50 qualities but not incomplete. Differences are there. If you talk about living entity like us, we are also into the same 50 qualities, jiva qualities, but that is very, very minute. So we are, from quality point of view, if you see the quality, the quality means there is a similarity because we are part and parcel of Krishna. Satchit Ananda, soul is part and parcel of Krishna. Qualitatively, we are one. But if you talk about quantitatively, we are different. We are minute, he is the supreme. That is the difference. So all these different incarnations for a specific purpose. Lord Nrsimhadev, he is Vishnu himself, but he appeared for a specific purpose, to protect his devotee, Prahlad Maharaj. Job done. He went back. So anyway, I was supposed to discuss some other topic, but anyway, this is something which is going on about different worship, different kinds of worship. So this understanding is also important. So the conclusion is, yes, everything, everyone is expansion of Krishna, energy of Krishna, but Krishna has, his own personality. And if we serve Krishna, then by default, because we are serving everyone, because he is the one who is taking care of everyone. So it's very simple. So the last section, maybe I could not complete this, but the last section is going to be, this chapter is very, very, especially about bhakti, is speaking about it, the glories of bhakti, and also how Krishna protect his devotees. If we take shelter of Krishna, he always protect, and to protect his devotees, even he is ready to break the rule also. He goes beyond all the rules and regulations. So that is the supreme mercy of Krishna. But it does not mean that Krishna is partial. Krishna is equal. He is equal to everyone. But it's very natural that if somebody, somebody, how to say that, is following you, then you become more affectionate, right? Just like sun is spreading sunlight to everyone. It's not partial, sun is not partial. But if I do not want sunlight, if I'm hiding into a cave, then it is my fault, it is not sun's fault. Sun is giving sunlight to everyone. So we will discuss all these concepts. And yes, the knowledge, Vidya Vinaya Sampanne, the knowledge we are receiving to make our heart more humble, more purified. The knowledge or the bhakti is not to make your heart hard-hearted. So feelings, emotions, respect, devotion, everything must be there. We don't have to. Just we have to understand because of their individuals' conditioning, individuals' background, past karmas, every individual is conditioned. And this knowledge will help us to come out of that conditioning so that we can raise our consciousness at the topmost level. And that is called Krishna consciousness. Yes. Thank you, everyone. So, do we have 5-6 minutes? How much time?
12:30.
12:30.
12:30.
Quickly, we can do one round chanting. Yes. Especially, I brought laptop today. I thought quickly